Hello there, Running-Ears. It's Manny again. And yeah, I'm excited because look at that. Disneyland. And we got our first look at the Disneyland Halloween theming. That was so cool that it dropped. I kind of figured it was going to drop sooner than later. I wanted to basically do a video basically saying it's coming. It dropped right when I was about to do that anyway. So we're going to go over that. There's a few other details. We'll go over the theming, we'll go over some of the details, some other stuff that maybe you haven't looked at. But before we do, guys, I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're way over 1,000 now. We're climbing. And remember, this is your channel, so keep asking the questions. Keep interacting with me again on social media. Manny Runs Disney. A lot of people have been reaching out to me with questions, and that's what I'm there for. I'll try to help you as much as I can. Again, I may not have a lot of the answers, but I've been looking them up. So there is questions that people have been asking, and I've already reached out to Disney. So we should be getting answers pretty soon. But we do got some stuff coming up, right? So let's get to it, and let's start looking at the theming for the Disneyland Halloween Half Marathon weekend. So first off, I really like this one. This is just a general coffin Disneyland theming one. And of course, this is just a collage of all the 5 themes going at the same time. The first one is going to be the 5K, the Trick or Treat. It's going to be Chip and Dale are pirates, and a Space Dale. And Halloween 10K is going to be the Haunted Mansion. Guys, this is the one that's got me the most excited. The Hitchhiking Ghost. They're going somewhere. They're going to show us the 13.1, the Sanderson sisters, which are Minnie, Daisy, Carabelle, and Figaro. And obviously this is a challenge. This is a really cool one. Of course, we have Jack Skellington and Zero in the Chills and Thrills challenge. And we got our Get Her Done Maynard in his kids run. This is actually really cool little theming for the kids. So first off, we have Chip and Dale for the 5K. And to me, you know, it's a little bit of the different characters of Chip and Dale. This is going to be more like a pirate Chip and Space Dale. But, you know, to me, they're kind of overusing now. It's basically going to be about half of the runs are now using Chip and Dale as some of the characters, the medals and so forth. So, to me, it's a little overkill. But, again, it's a different incarnation of the character. And we'll be coming up with a couple more. So, next up is a 10K. And this is way overdue, guys. The Haunted Mansion. Now, I keep picturing the medal with maybe a door opening or something like that with the, you know, the Hatbox Ghost or the 3 hitchhiking ghosts and stuff. But of course, the hitchhiking ghosts are there. It looks awesome. I'm very curious of what they're gonna do with it, especially with the medal. But this is long overdue. And just to piggyback on that, guys, so this is when, about this same time is when Haunted Mansion should be opening back up. They're about to close down, if they haven't already closed down, out at Disneyland, and they're not going to open up for a while. So it's supposed to be closer to September, so this is when it's supposed to be open back up. So it's supposed to open back up, so that would be really cool, so you can get a picture of your medal in front of the Haunted Mansion. So now we get to the half medal, or the half theming. I'm getting way ahead of myself. They haven't actually brought out the medals. They're going to look similar, but, you know, they go maybe a little different twist. But we got the Sanderson sisters basically in the form of Minnie, Daisy, and Carabelle. And so a lot of people have been also, because I said Chip and Dale might be overused, but then they said, what about Minnie and Daisy? And I said, yeah, but these are, again, really new incarnations of those characters. I like it. I think that they might have been able to go a little bit different. I'll get to that in a little bit. But I like that. And of course, we can't, and if you didn't really look at the theming, you didn't see Figaro. The cat from Pinocchio is actually there. So that's another cool little addition, little addition that they added to the theming. And again, I'm not sure he's going to be on the medal. That would be really cool if he is represented on the medal. So now the challenge medal. The challenge medal looks so pretty, so cool. It is Jack Skellington and Zero. I actually saw one of the pictures that had Sally in it, but I don't know if somebody actually put it on there, because everything that I look at when it's Disney related, I haven't seen that again. But again, guys, this is so cool. Again, I kind of figured Jack Skellington was going to be there. So Now picture yourself, you're going to be actually running in especially California Adventure Park. Remember, there was that place where Bolt was and Dumbo that I missed. You guys remember that I kind of got mad that I missed Dumbo, but that place in California Adventure where Mike and Sully's adventures are, you can actually put Jack Skellington, Sally, I'm sorry, I keep wanting to say Daisy, Sally back there. There's going to be real cool character stops over there. I think it's going to be a really, really cool run. And the last one is going to be the kids run, which is Cars theme. Maynard in his little Halloween costume is going to be really, really cool. Again, I'm glad that the kids runs are coming back. They seem to be only at Disneyland right now. But again, they're going to start announcing some stuff pretty soon with Wine and Dine. So be on the lookout. They might announce some kids runs at Disney World coming in the next season. And guys, I failed to mention yoga. Yoga is coming back, and it's going to be Goofy. Goofy's going to be representing the yoga, and it's going to be in front of Sleeping Beauty's castle. Again, there's a lot of fine print that says maybe we'll switch it and so forth, but last time they had it there, and it's going to be there again. That should be pretty interesting. That's going to be on the day of the expo. It starts basically when you start trying to get the virtual queue for the expo. So I'm watching people. I can actually picture people doing the yoga, starting with the stretching, and they're going, all right, group number 5. Yes, all right. That's going to add to their yoga stretches or so forth. They might be trying to get to the phone, whatever. I just picture that. I think that's pretty funny. But yoga is coming back. So the only thing I wanted to add about characters, I think it was a missed opportunity with Oogie Boogie, because they have the Oogie Boogie Bash, and of course, there's a real good chance that the Halloween. I should say this: the Halloween parties are going to be going on by them. I wouldn't be surprised. That's about the start date, and they're going to offer it later on to the people who are registered for the race to have the first dibs on register. That's the way it was for D23, so they're going to be able to get tickets maybe ahead of time. So we're going to be able to go to the Oogie Boogie Bash. So Oogie Boogie Bash, and maybe they did that because since the bash is themed Oogie Boogie, they didn't want to have that on a medal. But how cool would an Oogie Boogie medal be? And so I think that's something maybe they're going to use in the future, but I don't know exactly what they're going to do, because again, there's only so much you can do with the Halloween theming. And so is it going to continue? We'll see within the next year if they're going to continue with that same old theming, or they're going to switch it off. So it's going to be interesting to see. But again, Oogie Boogie, wouldn't that have been a cool medal? So one of the things that was posted, if you noticed, when they actually put out what the races included, the very last one said Photo Pass is included. Now that is fantastic. That's great, because a lot of people were panicking going up until the race day. So you had to buy it, or you had to have the Genie Plus, and you can add it. And then how many people could you add? And it ended up being just like Disney World. You can add up to 5, bib numbers per account. So that was actually pretty cool. So now you're gonna automatically get that with the bib. Now take into consideration that it's only going to be bib pictures. So anything that has your bib number on there will be there. So it's going to be race related. So if you're not wearing your bib after the race, you're going to take a picture. Let's say you put a shirt on top of it. It's not going to come out. So guys, remember that you're going to have to show your bib. A little thing that you might want to consider also is that means that if there's any expo pictures, which there's not a lot, or at least there wasn't a lot at Disneyland, guys, so those will not count again, because you don't have your bib, or you're going to have to be showing your bib. You're going to have to go get your bib first and then be showing your bib. But again, they would be included in your registration. Now, the one thing I do have to add, because I have to agree, guys, they were not as good as the Disney World pictures. But again, if you watch my last video, I actually said I think they're going to get better. They're going to learn from this experience, and there's a reason why they're adding it. A lot of people are upset because they said you're adding that price to my run that's already expensive, and you're forcing me to buy this, and so because they're adding that price there. Guys, I can actually really see that point, because again, the pictures were not the best. So guys, I do have a feeling that Disney is going to step up their game, and they're going to give us better quality pictures in the future. But again, until it happens, a lot of you guys are probably not going to believe it, and I just hope they do. Now, one thing we're going to have to talk about, guys, is it the end of virtual runs? I actually reached out to Disney to ask them this question. I have not heard back from them, but a hint and a half is that you notice they're not selling. Now, this is the first incarnation of this. This is the first Run Disney event. They didn't even put anything about virtual when they brought out that whole series. which is still on the Run Disney, the top of the page. They did not put anything for virtual runs except for the 2, which is a summer series, and the 12Ks of Christmas. Guys, is this the end of virtual runs? I don't know. Until Disney officially says something, we don't know anything. There's a lot of speculation. A lot of people have been asking. Some people have reached out to me and said, do you think that they would do that? And I said, well, I don't know what the overhead is. And a lot of people say, well, it's easy. It's not as easy as people think, because you still have to get the shipments, put them together. Once you put them together, then you got to ship them out. So there's man hours, there's shipping and handling. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. A lot of people are getting them late and so forth and so on. So again, it may be something that they might not do as much, because it might just save them headaches. Again, I have no idea, because it might just switch up and all of a sudden next week it says, by the way, here are all the virtual runs. And so I don't know. The only thing that I do know is that if they don't have virtual runs, it will probably stop a lot of the resellers. And what happens is, a lot of the people that are buying this merchandise is the people that are doing the runs virtually, guys. And you know how I feel about that. I actually think the virtual runners should have access to this shirt that says virtual on the bottom. And Disney has not done anything about it. They haven't even commented on that. So guys, I think that would be a great idea if they brought back the virtual runs, that you would do that. And you have access to buy that kind of stuff. It would slow down the resellers. But again, the legitimate people that are running them virtually and want some merchandise, I see that point. The people that just want to wear a shirt that says, I did it, and they didn't do it, that's a totally different subject. I think a lot of them, there's going to still be people that are going to do that. But again, if there is no virtual runs, you're going to see it slow down a lot. It's not going away, guys, but it's going to slow down a lot. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is not anything great, not breaking news or anything like that, but guys, those of you doing Springtime Surprise, they announced the concerts that are going to be playing during our stay there. So if we look at the concerts, it's going to be a Flock of Seagulls if you get there early enough. Then the M80s, which is like a cover band for the 80s bands. Then we get the Plain White Tees, guys. We get the Plain White Tees, which I've seen before, and the Plain White Tees are actually really good. So if you're there for Springtime Surprise and I'm there from the 17th through the 22nd, I believe, it's amazing. The concerts are very underrated. And again, Plain White Tees, if you like their music, I like their music. So I will go back there and I will listen to them at least one session, maybe even two. But they are really, really cool. But that's one of the hidden gems that people don't think about. Now, Springtime Surprise, also we have the after party. So you probably, if you want to do the concert or you want to do the after party, it depends on that last day. So that's Sunday, because that's when it's going to be the after party. That's when, if you don't want to do the after party, you might want to go to the concert and see the concert. But if not, see the concert the day before. But guys, that's it for this video right now. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. Keep interacting with me whenever you can. I'll try to answer questions as much as I can. Again, Disneyland is back, and it looks like it's back at full force. We will have registration coming up in a few weeks, okay, guys? So I will do that whole video on the tips on how to register, guys. And I think I'm only going to do one this time, and I'm going to refer back to that one, because again, it takes a long time to make these videos. And so I can make that one video, then I can just basically just touch on stuff here and there. But guys, thank you again. Without further ado, I'm going to say create a magical day. Create a magical run, guys, and see you sooner than later.